This is Lan, and she is one of the villagers paying the price for the boar's destruction. Her harvest has been ravaged, and she is here to protect what remains. Now, deep within the jungles of Vietnam, she is following the animal's trail. She identifies a critical sign: fresh tracks. The target is close. Lan decides to spend her first reserves of energy building a trap, risking a night exposed in the jungle. The pit is designed to immobilize the boar, limiting its movement and preventing escape. Above it, she frames a deadfall using Vietnam's most versatile resource, bamboo. The goal is to make spikes strong enough to pierce thick boar hide without breaking. They are crafted to be suspended above the pit on a gravity trigger. When the animal falls in, its weight will release the system, causing the spikes to drop. The boar has already wiped out months of cultivation, and it has started attacking the livestock pens. If this continues, the community is at risk of entering the monsoon season with empty food reserves. She moves on to the pulley system, a simple balance of rope, bamboo, and gravity. It is designed to hold the spike frame above the pit, supported by a rope. The mechanics are solid, but the frame is too light to drive the spikes through a 300-pound alpha boar. Using fibrous vines, Lan creates a basket that will be packed with large river stones. The added weight ensures that when the trigger trips, the spikes will fall hard like a hammer. She then tackles the most delicate part, the floor that sets the trap. As the boar steps on it, the trigger will release the spikes, sending them straight onto the target. The strong scent of crushed leaves and damp earth helps mask her own smell. The trap is ready. All that's left is for the boar to return. Hours of labor in the forest without proper hydration is dangerous. Lan utilizes her local knowledge to tap into a hidden water source. She selects a mature bamboo stalk. Inside its sealed chambers, rainwater is naturally filtered by the plant's fibers, providing safe water to drink. She heads out to secure food while daylight remains. In the jungle, any missed opportunity could mean days without eating. A movement in the cliffside catches her eye. A large rat snake. It's a prime source of protein, but the terrain is slick and rocky. If she hesitates, it can easily vanish, taking her only meal for the day with it. She lunges for the tail, but the reptile fights back. It anchors itself in a stone, desperate to escape. cornered, the reptile turns aggressive. It strikes at her hand. That bite was just inches from her skin. Finally, victory is hers. But Lan is soaked in mountain water, and night is coming. Her mission shifts from hunting to thermal regulation, racing the night cold. Using dry bamboo shavings, Lan sparks a flame, an advanced skill in a humid jungle. The boar campaign is on hold. Tonight, survival comes first. Using a mylar emergency sheet, she creates a reflective barrier. This thin metallic layer traps nearly 90% of her body heat, slowing the loss of warmth. With her core temperature recovering, she focuses on the catch. It is high in protein and essential for the physical demands of the jungle. For the first time today, she can rest. Tomorrow's objective is clear. If the trap hasn't taken the boar yet, she'll need to secure a defensive camp before nightfall. Yesterday's river struggle revealed a weakness. Her machete isn't a true defensive weapon for the jungle. She needs a proper tool. From bamboo, she builds a hunting spear, fitting her knife as the lethal tip. With this upgrade, she can keep dangerous animals at a safe distance. On her way to the trap, she finds no signs of tracks. For some reason, the boar avoided the area overnight. The reality sets in. This hunt could take days, even weeks. Refusing to risk another night in the open, she selects a site on a steep hillside to build a shelter. It is time to shift from temporary survival to long-term occupation. By digging into the slope, she can use the hill as one wall and take advantage of natural insulation, minimizing materials while maximizing protection. She is building the shelter a mile from the trap. This distance prevents smoke and scent from contaminating the kill zone. In Southeast Asia, bamboo is historically known as vegetable steel. It bends instead of breaking and can carry enormous weight when used the right way. Split bamboo will form the roof and walls. The stalk's natural curve will help channel rainwater away, maintaining the shelter dry inside. To upgrade the shelter, she makes some room to build a hearth. It will keep the cold out and allow her to cook the food she hunts. Mixed with water, the clay becomes workable cob mortar. She stacks flat river stones, sealing each joint with mud. This creates a solid wall that stores the fire's heat and releases it slowly, keeping the bunker warm while in use. Constructed without a single nail, the roof relies entirely on this earthen bond to survive the valley winds. Layers of dry leaves provide insulation, while the final pack of earth adds thermal mass and total camouflage. The shelter disappears into the hillside, leaving the boar unaware of the hunter's presence. She secures the walls, reinforcing the structure and eliminating gaps that animals could get through. To secure the entrance, she constructs a door, the ultimate seal against outside dangers. The final step is stealth. This fortress must appear as nothing more than a natural extension of the hillside. She is no longer just surviving the jungle. She is embedded in it, ready to plan the next phase of the hunt. The boar has been circling the perimeter. The stealth is working. If he's comfortable enough to feed this close, it's only a matter of time before he falls into the trap. Morning comes, and she returns downstream to set a trap for fish, a high-protein food. She splits bamboo into thin strips and weaves them into a rectangular mat, a traditional Vietnamese stream fence. Placed across the stream, it traps the fish in a confined area, making them easier to trap. To catch them, she makes a cone-shaped basket trap. When plunged into the mud, it pins any fish inside. The technique requires precision and reading of the fish's movements. A successful catch, but it's not a feast. Just enough fuel to keep her going. The trap remains undisturbed, and there are no signs of fresh tracks around the area. She suspects a predator is lurking nearby, keeping the boar at bay. She spends hours sweeping the perimeter. Near the roots of a massive tree, she spots something. Deep within the roots is a reticulated python, the world's longest snake. Her skills give her the edge. She grabs the snake under the jaw and forces it into submission. The species is protected, and she has no intention of killing it. Her goal is a safe relocation. She has crossed onto the next valley, leaving the predator as far as she can. This discovery explains why the boar has been avoiding the trap. It was sensing the python's presence and refused to enter the sector. With the snake relocated, the trap is live again. The focus returns to finding food. She is getting tired and needs a meal that doesn't cost much energy. Downstream, the rocky shallows offer freshwater crabs. They are easy to find and don't fight back, which is exactly what she needs after her encounter with the python. The creek offers a significant discovery, a piece of high-carbon steel. To a survivalist, it is the raw material for a primary weapon. Even though it is a small meal, the crabs give her the fuel she needs to stay focused on her mission. The boar hasn't been caught, and still no signs of tracks. Frustration creeps in. Her best option is to widen the search. Fresh tracks appear just outside the perimeter. She is close. With the python gone, the boar is moving back in. To increase her chances, she decides to set a second trap. The new site is roughly 1 mile away from the first trap. It's a clean kill zone, untouched by her scent, where the chances of encountering the boar are far higher. The second build marks an evolution in power. It follows the same design as the first, but the suspension and trigger are more precise. Instead of a simple rope, she carves a horizontal crossbar, creating a controlled release. The bar will support the suspended spiked frame above the pit. When the trigger is released, the frame is designed to drop and swing under its own weight, driven by gravity into the pit. The tension release trigger is carved from notched bamboo with a trip line leading to the pit. With 2 traps active, she moves with new confidence. Success is only a matter of time. For the past 2 weeks, Lan has faced snakes, built a shelter, and set traps. all while using her only machete as a spear. But it's too valuable to lose in a violent encounter. She needs a weapon she can afford to lose, and the scrap metal recovered from the creek is the perfect material. But turning rust into steel demands heat far beyond an open fire. Using only earth and water, she begins building a furnace, shaping thick walls capable of holding heat without cracking. The wet clay needs a full night to dry before it can handle heat. Mountain snails are more active in the cool air, and she's already identified a limestone cliff where they gather. By morning, the furnace has hardened. She builds a blower using bamboo and flat pieces of wood. When spun by hand, it feeds a steady stream of air, driving the fire hotter. The pieces come together. By continuously feeding the clay structure with air, fire flames start to intensify. The heat has to be contained, so she shapes a boundary around the flame. The metal can be heated now. By hammering, cooling, and reheating it again and again, she turns that fragment from the stream bank into a tool that can hold an edge. With a water buffalo horn, she plans to do the final handle assembly. To secure the blade to the handle, she uses natural resin as a binding agent. When the bark of dammer trees is cut, they bleed resin. Melted, it forms a natural seal, holding the blade firmly in the horn. She grinds the edges against a wet stone to give it a razor-sharp edge. Now she needs a sturdy shaft to mount it. She selects a thick branch, one with enough density to act as a stable shaft. The upgrade is complete. She scans for signs of the boar's tracks, but rain has thinned the trail. Uphill, she comes across a cave. The air changes as she steps inside. It smells of damp dirt and mold. This cave isn't empty. Her first move is to block the exit, cutting off any escape. bats. Dozens of them. Out here, the rules are simple. If it can feed you, you eat it. Muscled and energy-rich, the bats are a perfect survival meal. But this meat carries a hidden cost. Deadly viruses like rabies linger in bat populations. Eating them is a calculated risk. She washes them thoroughly in running water and cuts them apart, careful to avoid their fluids and teeth. Roasting can kill most parasites, bacteria, and viruses that might be present in meat. It's a good protein base, but it won't be enough. She needs to forage something else to complete the ration. She turns to a dense source of nutrients high in the young trees, weaver ants. The nest is tough, layered, almost paper-like. It shields a maze of chambers inside. Thousands of ants surge to defend the nest. But she isn't after the adults. Her prize is the small white grains spilling from the nest. Ant larvae, dense with protein and nutrients. To separate the ants from the eggs, Lan uses a smart separation technique. She places a broad leaf on top of the nest and provides a bridge for the adult ants to escape, leaving only the eggs behind. To complete the meal, she harvests a wild banana flower. Chopped and mixed with the larvae, it adds bulk and texture. A fresh bamboo stalk acts as a natural pressure cooker. As the moisture from the bamboo evaporates over the fire, it steams the mixture, locking in all the essential nutrients. Across Vietnam and Southeast Asia, ant larvae are eaten seasonally, steamed, roasted, or added to rice and bamboo dishes. This hunt has gone on long enough. The boar is nearby, and the monsoon is closing in. If she is going to bring this animal down, it has to happen now. She knows the boar has been roaming, but she needs to guide it to the trap. It's time to shift tactics. Next to the original trap, she assembles a frame of heavy timber and rigs it to a pulley. When it falls, It will make a loud noise, enough to startle the animal and drive him toward the first trap. The key improvement is the trigger. Pressed by her foot, it will release the system, giving her full control. She loads the frame with dense wood, every piece calculated for impact. Using dense jungle foliage, she builds a small overnight hide beside the trigger. It is her lookout. She will stay through the night, listening and watching. With nightfall, the first rains of the monsoon arrive. Lucky for her, the downpour washes away her scent, stripping the boar of its olfactory advantage. A shape moves in the shadows. She holds her breath. The alpha boar is finally caught. It rages and struggles, but there's no way out. Lan has it. The hunt is over. For 21 days, Lan has battled exhaustion, isolation, and the biting humidity of the Vietnamese jungle. She has slept in the mud, navigated day and night, and gambled her safety on engineering and instinct. Now, the alpha boar is dead. Her community's crops and livestock, their very lifeline, are finally safe. Today, she celebrates by eating what she hunted. Making use of her already built furnace, she upgrades it into a heavy-duty spit roaster. By using the strength of bamboo, she creates the main frame to elevate and cook the heavy animal with precision, ensuring the heat is managed across every edible inch. Behind the spit, she constructs a thermal reflector, a wall of split bamboo backed by river stones. The stones soak up the fire's intense energy and radiate it back as a steady, even heat, effectively turning her campfire into a high-capacity oven. The last piece is the central axis to hold and rotate the animal on top of the fire. Cooking an animal of this size requires more than just a campfire. It requires controlled energy. She must burn through large quantities of hardwood to create a deep bed of glowing coals. The boar is mounted using a bamboo spit system designed to support weight, prevent slipping, and allow controlled rotation. Roasting a whole boar over open fire is not fast. It takes 6 to 8 hours of steady heat and constant attention. For Lan, time no longer matters. This is what the last 3 weeks have been leading toward. As evening settles over the jungle, the fire burns low and steady. The meal is ready. Lan finally takes her first bite, her ultimate reward. A feast and the promise of peace for her village and their survival.